You hear API and it sounds like scary tech stuff, right? In reality, APIs are just a middleman making the internet work. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step what an API is, why it matters, and how to actually use one inside n8n. We'll go through real examples together. By the end, you'll know exactly how to plug APIs into your own workflows. Let's start simple. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Forget the name. All it means is a set of rules that lets two pieces of software talk to each other and swap data. In an n8n, this is how your workflow talks to Gmail, Twitter, your calendar, or any other app. Most of the time, n8n already has integrations built in, but sometimes you'll need to call an outside API yourself. That's what you're going to learn now. Here's a plain live picture of it. You're at a restaurant, your app, want a dish, data. The kitchen, the other app, can make it, but you can't yell into the kitchen. The waiter, API, takes your order, gives it to the kitchen, then brings the food back. Same thing online. Your workflow tells the API what it wants, the API fetches or creates it, then hands the result back. Why is this useful? Because you don't have to build everything from scratch. You can let other services do the heavy lifting. Weather data, payments, logins, maps, all of those come from APIs you can tap into. Here are some everyday examples. Weather apps pull live data from weather service APIs. Share on Twitter buttons called Twitter's API to post on your behalf. E-commerce sites use Stripe or PayPal APIs, so they don't handle your credit card details. Login with Google works because Google's API confirms who you are and passes that back. Now let's get hands-on. APIs have methods, basically actions. In an n8n, most of the time you'll only need get and post. These methods usually show up in what's called a REST API. That's just a fancy name for an API that uses standard web requests at specific URLs. Each URL is an endpoint. Think of it like a street address. Add different parameters to the end of the URL to tell it exactly what you want. All right, let's do our first live example in n8n. We'll pull current weather data, go to Open Weather Map, create a free account, and copy your API key from your account page. In n8n, add a new node. Type HTTP and pick HTTP request. Set the method to get. In the URL field, paste the Open Weather endpoint. It looks like this. Replace latitude and longitude with your location and add your API key at the end. Click Execute Node. You'll see the raw weather data come back. That's your waiter bringing the dish. You can then hook another node to format or summarize it. Most APIs work this way. You read the documentation, find the endpoint, see which parameters are required and which are optional, fill those in, and hit execute. n8n also makes a lot of APIs even easier because many services already have dedicated nodes. For example, Open Weather has its own node where you just paste your API key and choose a city from a drop-down. Same result, less manual setup. But it's important to understand what's happening under the hood because not every service has a ready-made node. Now let's look at a post request. This time we'll send data to Tavili's search API to fetch live articles. Get your API key from Tavili. Add a new HTTP request node in n8n. Set the method to post. In the URL field, put Tavili's base URL +/search. In the body, send this and include your API key in the headers as shown in their docs. 6. Execute the node. You'll get back 3 live news article URLs. 7. Feed that output into another node to summarize or store them. That's it. You've now done both the main types of API calls, get to retrieve, post to send. The big takeaway is this. APIs are just structured ways to request and send data. n8n's built-in integrations are making these requests for you behind the scenes. When there isn't a node yet, you can build the call yourself with an HTTP request node as long as you have the documentation. Once you understand this, you can automate almost anything. Fetch data, push it into a database, send a message, trigger a process, all without writing a traditional app. Thanks for sticking around. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.